Sonny Dykes has been making a lot of noise in the offseason, and he returns one of the more experienced teams in the AAC. Will that translate into a conference championship? It feels like this is the best year they've ever had to make that happen. And with the talent they have coming in from the transfer portal and the talent they have returning, there's really no reason to believe that they're going to struggle. In fact, I think it's the complete opposite. This is a team that's going to surprise people and compete for a conference championship in 2021. At number 10, we have guard Hayden Howardton. It was tough to pick on the offensive line because they have every single starter returning. That makes life difficult for someone trying to pick a top 10, and there's a lot of players that deserve to be on this list. You could put all 10 as offensive players if you wanted. That's how good this offense is going to be. Howardton was a second team All-AAC selection, can play guard and center. That's depth in one player. It's really helpful. A lot of teams don't have that. Number 9, wide receiver Danny Gray, a guy who is blazing fast as long as he can catch the football. A lot of times he caught the ball with his body, and catching the ball with his hands will lead to more explosive play opportunities for him. This is a guy who, once he gets in the open field, he's not going to be caught, and he's just one of the speedsters on this SMU roster. Number 8, cornerback Brandon Crossley. 4 picks last year to lead the team. If SMU is going to make it to the conference championship, it's because their defense is going to step up. And Crossley is a guy who returns with experience and a guy who can make a big impact and get this defense to where they need it to be. Number 7, defensive end Turner Cox. 7 tackles for loss last year, very underrated player in the conference, and a guy who can really take a step forward in his development and be even better for this team. Again, it's the defense that's going to need to step up. We know the offense will be just fine, even with a new quarterback. Shane Buechele's on the Kansas City Chiefs now, and this is a team that's going to be, like I said, just fine. Number 6, offense tackle Jalen Thomas, future NFLer, second team All-AAC, guy who's been experienced at protecting the quarterback. He obviously blocked for Shane Buechele, like I said, and now all signs point to Oklahoma transfer Tanner Mordecai taking over. Maybe 4-star freshman Preston Stone takes the job, but it seems like Tanner Mordecai is going to be the guy for the Mustangs offense. Thomas is going to protect their back, whoever it is, and the offensive line, like I said, is experienced, so there's really no reason to believe that this offense won't be explosive with the talent they have returning. The quarterback really just needs to be a distributor at worst. Number 5, linebacker Delano Robinson. He and Oregon transfer Isaac Slade Matia are going to be 2 of the best linebackers in the conference. Robinson had 77 tackles and 6 tackles for loss. A lot of pressure lies on their shoulders to make sure that everything goes to plan. Number 4, wide receiver Rishi Rice, 683 yards and 5 touchdowns. His yards led the team. He tied for the team lead with 5 touchdowns. More of a possession receiver that when all things are going really well, if Reggie Robinson can stay healthy, that's going to be a huge key. I think Rice thrives when there's a number 1 guy taking a lot of pressure away. He saw more attention than he was expecting last year, but he's a guy who can help this offense be explosive and continue to put up a ton of points on the board. Number 3, tight end Grant Calcaterra, the former Oklahoma transfer, initially transferred to Auburn, but then when Gus Malzahn got fired, he decided he wanted to change. Comes to SMU. He initially retired from Oklahoma and then transferred to Auburn, but now he's at SMU, and he replaces Kylan Granson. That's a huge way to replace Granson. Granson was a reliable threat for the passing attack, and Calcaterra gives them another big play target, a big body that can make some incredible plays. Number 2, running back Ulysses Bentley, the first team All-AAC last year, 913 yards and 11 touchdowns. Took over as the starter when TJ McDaniel went down, and now McDaniel is back. Ryan Levine is back, and North Texas transfer Trey Siggers is going to be in the backfield as well. This is an offense that has a great rushing attack, and while Bentley is a 1,000-yard rusher, it's going to be tough for him to break that mark with the talent around him. There's just too much depth, and that's not enough carries for everyone, but he's the starter. There's no question about that. And number 1 is wide receiver Reggie Robinson. Last year he got hurt in the 5th game, still tied for the team lead with 5 touchdowns, had 474 yards, and led the team with 21.5 yards per catch. If he can stay healthy, he's going to have a career year, even some record-breaking year. And this is an offense, like I said, is going to be exciting to watch. SMU, like I said, defense is going to be the key. This is an offense that's going to put up 1 billion points, and it's just a matter of the defense can hold the opposing offense to just slightly less than that. They're going to win a lot of shootouts, and I think it doesn't matter whoever the quarterback is. All they have to do is be a distributor at worst, like I said, and this team will be just fine.